Alright, so today we are looking at an overhead door legacy trolley once again. And this time we actually have the opener that this trolley goes to. So, if we follow this back, you will see this. So, I did decide to go ahead and put up the overhead door legacy, just threw this one up here. And yeah, this thing, honestly, it runs really good. This thing is really quiet, actually. And yeah, so it does run pretty good up here. Obviously, like I said, we have the original trolley on here. Not the original arm, but yeah, original rail, original chain, original inner slide and front pulley, of course. So yeah, this one, like I said, it does work pretty well. I might not run this one too much just because, well, as you guys know, the last time I had this thing set up, I ran it probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 times, and the capacitor blew up on it. So I might not run it too many times right in a row, but we can go ahead and run this here. Obviously, we're running it with the Genie Tombstone. I have the exact same sensors and Genie console that I've used on most of the openers that I've shown this summer. But yeah, so let's go ahead and run this, and here we go. So yeah, it is a very quiet unit. We'll go ahead and run that back down. So with this one, I am using the shorter back hangs that I've used on Genie screw drives. It seems like the rail is more where I wanted. It still is at a slight angle going down toward the opener, but the rail is farther away from the door, which is good. Because of that, I did have to move my arm back to right there. But honestly, with it like this, it actually, I don't have that problem where it bends the section down too much when I trip the force. And, well, even on that thing, but this is the only opener that I've had that problem with, because most of the openers that I've shown up here, I can dial in the force exactly where I want it. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll go ahead and run this again here. We will get a top view. So we'll climb up here. And we will run this one again here. Here we go. So yeah, not a bad operator at all. We will come back down and we'll get an outside shot of it. Obviously, door does not open all the way since it's a 7-foot rail. But we will go ahead and run this one down. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, as always, basically every video I do now, I kind of have to say, pardon the background noise. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and run this thing back up here. Alright, we'll go ahead and do a sensor and force test here. I'll go ahead and just start with the force. So yeah, it bends the section down a little bit, but it really isn't that big of an issue. I've dialed in the force on this one pretty much where I want it. So yeah, but we'll go ahead and give it a sensor check. Whoops, that's a light. Worked just fine. So yeah, obviously here's all the stuff on the back. You got the wiring there. There's the sign I was talking about on the signature. It says note only used with Series 2 consoles. That's kind of interesting. Obviously, this is a model 696 CD/B, and this one was made 38th week of 2008. So this one's a little bit of a newer one. But we'll go ahead and run this back down. You can turn the light on this one also, or off on this one while it's running. I'll show you that as well. Turns back on. So yeah, there's your force adjustments there. The limit set button, you can hold this and it'll override your limits, and then obviously learn button there. We will go ahead and I guess we'll run this one without the door. I was wondering if I should or not, because like I said, I don't really want to run this thing too many times in a row. But I guess we'll do this. Here we go. But yeah, you can tell it definitely is a pretty quiet operator. The back panel on this one also makes a little bit of noise, so without that it would be even quieter. But we'll go ahead and run this back down. So yeah, obviously using the same bolt going through that header bracket thing there. One thing that did happen when I was putting this thing up here, I'll come back up here, I don't know if you can tell, is, well, I broke one of the bolts that holds the rail to the motor. So it's not that one, let's see. As you can kind of see right there, there should be a bolt, but the head broke off of the bolt. But the good thing is that this piece here that holds the sprocket onto the motor, it actually has a little groove that the T-rail fits into, so that prevents the motor from moving side to side on the rail. And then with one bolt, I can still have the rail held to the motor. So luckily, I didn't have to abandon putting this thing up because I accidentally broke one of the bolts. But I do still need to find, obviously, some more of those bolts, because I don't want to have to only have one, bolt holding the rail to the motor every time, but it was able to work at least. So, yeah, I guess there's not really too much else to say. I was trying to kind of talk a little bit so I don't accidentally burn it up. But let's go ahead and we'll run this thing one more time. And well, if the capacitor blows up again, you'll see it on video. I don't think it will. My guess is that capacitor that was in here was on its way out anyway, and I'm worried for nothing. But we'll go ahead and run this one more time here. All right, we'll run that back down, and that'll be it. So yeah, there you go. That is my overhead door Legacy model 696 CD/B on my door. So yeah, I was glad I was able to put this thing up here. I do have one more swap planned for this summer. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done. But yeah, so there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.